Welcome back for another edition of Learn to Live Stream with Miss Ileane. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to do a Q&A. Another edition of Learn to Live Stream with Miss Ileane. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to do a We forgot to mute the tab. Isn't that what happens with live? You just forget to do some things. And I want to say hi to Katie and hi to Maverick Logue. Hello, hello, hello. I posted this over on my Facebook page. I'm assuming that's where you got the notification, Katie. And I also shared it on Twitter. Ooh, Maverick, I can tell you're young because Maverick Logue just asked me how old I am. And you could tell that Maverick is young because, you're never supposed to ask a lady how old she is. Hey, Ruth, what's the 411 TV? Guess. I'll tell you what, Maverick, you type in a number of how old you think I am, and I'll tell you if it's higher or lower. And don't worry, you won't hurt my feelings. Barb T USA, howdy. You got the YouTube live notification. All right, great. YouTube notified Ruth from What's the 411 TV. Now, guys, I may be limiting the amount of screen sharing that I do because you guys know what happens to me towards the end of the broadcast. The screen goes black, and I guess it's because I'm doing way too much screen sharing. So I will screen share because I want you guys to be able to say hi to the folks in chat. Don't forget to click those 3 dots next to people's comments there in the chat and connect with everybody. And hey, Gail Turner Brown is here too. Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks so much for coming today. Well, first, I do want to do a little bit of a screen share because I need to make an update to a video that I did a while back about Facebook Live audio. Facebook Live audio. So this is a live streaming Q&A, but that's including audio today because what happened and what happens often with all of these platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook moved the cheese. Yeah, they moved the cheese. What do I mean by that? They changed the way you go live with audio on your phone. So that's going to be really quick. I'm just going to do that right up front to get that demo out of the way. Just in case you didn't see, I did post something over on Facebook, but just in case you didn't get a chance to see how that goes. So for Facebook Live audio, you can go live on profiles, pages, and groups. It's just that they moved the button. All right, so now I'm on my Facebook page. Now I want to go live, but audio only, okay? So I'm going to go to the live button. And of course, it looks like you're doing video. Now, if you're having a bad hair day or something, that might be a little alarming. But at the very bottom right-hand side, you see the 3 dots. And that's where Facebook where they hid the audio button. So that audio button is hiding there. And I mentioned this before, but I'll reiterate. You want to have an image on your phone so you can upload an image. I don't think I have one prepared right now. I may have to scroll through a bunch of screenshots and things that I took. Okay, here's one. You want to have an image, especially that has a dark background, so that people can see the waveform. I went live one time with a white image and people couldn't even see that waveform because it was cast up against white on white. You couldn't see it. So that was not good. So I just wanted to get that out of the way quickly, guys, and I'm not going to go live. All you have to do is just type in your title and then go live. And the live audio option if you want to go into your groups, you open up your profile and then you navigate to the group you want to go live. And I don't even think you need to be an admin these days. You can just go live with audio. Isn't that right? And I see Larry's here. Hey, Larry. And 7 Awesome Teens. Hi, 7 Awesome Teens. Nice to see you. I'm not sure I've ever met you before, but thanks for coming. Okay, so here is the Q&A section. And what I'll do is I actually got a fantastic question came in from one of you guys, actually Heidi. She's also a patron over on Patreon. And Heidi left a question on my video about pros and cons of live streaming. And it seems that Heidi's been having some problems with this YouTube interface. You know, she's a Google Pluser. And so Heidi often goes live on her station. And she has a very active website. So I'm going to just read her question out to you. Because like I said, I don't want to do too much screen sharing, guys, because it's been getting a little wonky. You know, I am really passionate about live streaming. My last show with Hangouts was so troubled by issues that I think it is time to go somewhere else. I am wondering if there is another way to another way to live stream on our website than YouTube/Hangouts. And hey, there's another part to this question. And please type in the chat if you know the answer to this. Do you know if Webinar Jam and Zoom can be embedded into the website? And then she goes on to talk about Roland's plugin, but that's about the comments that come in from Google+. So most of you guys aren't going to be concerned about that. So yeah, Webinar Jam, I've never used. I've seen Webinar Jam before. And I'm going to assume that Webinar Jam can be embedded on a website, because I do know that Webinar Jam is all about getting leads and building your email list and all that, which is why you need that wrapper around your Hangouts to begin with. So if anybody can verify that for me, that Webinar Jam can be embedded. Now, Larry is saying that Steve Dotto, my boy from Dotto Tech, is the Webinar Jam guru. And I agree. However, I have not seen him embed that in his website. When I see him on Webinar Jam, which I know he was on Webinar Jam the other day, I didn't get his website. I just saw the Webinar Jam interface. Now, I'm pretty sure I can say Zoom cannot be embedded, because Zoom is really a standalone application that you have to download to your computer. It's not a web interface. So I'm going to assume that there's no embed code, and I've never seen a Zoom embedded on anyone's website. So you guys help me out. What is Webinar Jam? Webinar Jam is an application, a third-party application that you use with YouTube Live or Hangouts on air, and it adds a different kind of a chat box. You don't have to worry about this super chat that we have here, which is temporary, goes away at the end, but it also helps you to collect email addresses from those who attend the webinar. Yeah. And it's a webinar platform. Oh, Larry, you just said it so much more succinctly. And Kiko Phony, turn on the news. Oh, gosh. I don't know if that's a true statement there. Moderators, can you please? Oh, well, actually, Larry's the only one here. I have not seen if my girl Tish is here. So that comment may need to be deleted. I'm not sure. All right. So that was the first question. And I'm going to double check with Heidi about that and let her know. But I feel bad that she's having the problems with the Hangouts interface, which, oh, hey, how you doing, Mayanna? Mayanna, you may know the answer to this question because you use Zoom. The question came in from Heidi. Can you embed Zoom into your website? Now, my answer was no, but Mayanna, who's Blog Aid. She has a wonderful YouTube channel you guys want to subscribe to. I know that she uses Zoom, so she can really answer that question. As far as I know, it's a standalone application that you have to open up on your computer. And I can't imagine how it can be embedded on someone's website. Okay. So let's move on to another question. And actually, Gail, I think Gail is still here. So let's go to Gail's. Okay, Larry saying, no, you can't. And then no, not yet. And okay, that's a good one, Larry. You say not yet. Because in a way, the reason why I want to question that too is because you can technically, from what I understand, I checked out Zoom webinars too, and it is on top of the regular Zoom interface. But from what I understand, can't you live stream out to Facebook and YouTube with Zoom? So if that's the case, then you should still be able to embed the YouTube live. Now, I don't know, that might be the $150 a month plan. I'm just making up prices, Zoom, nothing against Zoom. Bloggy, this said, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so we don't have firsthand experience on that, Heidi. So that's a great question, but I don't know that it would be affordable. I don't know that it would be in your budget, because that's the other thing. If you pay extra, you can. So that's Barb said, if you pay extra, you can. But how much extra is the question, Barb? Because I think that would be a big consideration for Heidi. When you're coming from using free with YouTube, and she's been doing it for years with YouTube, $30 a month, $40 a month might not be a big deal. But when you're talking $79, $89, that's a lot of money. So, and I know that some of their plans are around that price. Okay. Zoom will do a live walkthrough with you and answer those questions. Yes, I don't have the question. You just, Mayanna, just because I know you came in later, I'm doing Q&A. So that question actually came from Heidi. I don't have the question myself. So I wanted to see if anybody in the room actually knew for sure. I've never seen a Zoom embedded on anyone's website. And I attend webinars. I don't know. I think I have an addiction to attending webinars. Gail Turner Brown says, yes, it's $100 extra for Facebook Live. So that's on top of the other fee, which I don't know how much that other fee is, because I like the free live streaming things like YouTube Live. But, we have problems sometimes, which is why I'm not screen sharing right now, because the last couple of times I did a lot of screen sharing, it crashed on me. So, Gail, since you're here, I'm glad you're here, because your question, or actually your feedback, is the next one that I want to address. Now, this question came in on the pros and cons of Anchor. And for those of you guys who were here, or even for those who don't know, Anchor is a mobile app, and when they also have a web interface that you can use to create a podcast. However, there are pros and cons with that. It's super duper easy. It's one of the biggest pros. You can add background music and so forth. But one of the cons is that you sort of give up control. So for me, what I stressed in that video was that it's really great for someone who was intimidated by the tech of podcasting. So this eliminates that intimidation. The Anchor profile does. I mean, the Anchor platform does. And because there's really not much tech involved other than you actually knowing how to push buttons to go live, well, to record and stop the recording. It's super, super easy to do. And a godly psychic is here. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, she says, I'm just adorable. Thank you so much. Okay. Is it true BeLive only broadcasts to those using Google Chrome, or is this outdated information? Godly psychic, no, that is not outdated information. BeLive is for Chrome. You know what? I'm starting to think about, I'm starting to wonder now. Did I hear something about them having Firefox? But what's the problem with Chrome? You type that in while I address Gail's comments here. And Gail says, talking about Anchor now, she said that I was right, that she wanted to do a podcast, but too many people who are up all night editing and RSS feeds, etc. So I didn't do it. This takes the intimidation factor away. As I build this, then I can start on iTunes under my own control. Perfect. Gail actually took away exactly what I was trying to get across. And then next, she said she appreciates you. She would love to see more about the Clipper feature. So I did a separate video just for Anchor, for the web Clipper, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm obsessed with Anchor and doing a bunch of Anchor videos here on YouTube. So I actually used a tool called Soapbox, which is a web browser that you can use to do screen recording. And the link for the Anchor web Clipper tutorial, and the web Clipper makes Anchor even more powerful. And it's a little bit more techy than just using the phone, but not that much. So here's the special link. It's Ileane, Ileane, Ileane.link/Anchor web Clipper, all one word. So I'll say that again, Ileane.link/Anchor web Clipper. So that's how you find the tutorial to use the web Clipper. I use it all the time. In fact, I used it to create a podcast yesterday, and I was able to record all of what I was contributing and then bring in those call-ins. I had Brian Fanzo call in. I had a girl named Steph from a site called Pinup Girl Beauty. She called in. Then there's a guy, Dan Davidson, who runs an Anchor Talk podcast. It's not official Anchor podcast, but he called in. And then also Gary from Motorspit, he called in. And so I have the ability to bring in all these different voices from around the world into my podcast, which I absolutely love. And I'm so pleased that my podcast is back. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to see what Larry said about Zoom. We will be looking into extending live to meetings and also publish the RTMP URL so that it can be opened through an embedded player in your browser. That means they're not being able to embed right now, but they're looking into it. However, I bet they're also looking into how much they're going to charge people to do that. We will keep you posted in the coming months. Blogger say, I'm looking at the email notifications that you are live. How do you get all those nice links in it for your tweets and products? Oh, that's easy. I use YouTube defaults. So everybody on your YouTube channel, you can set up defaults. In other words, every time a new video goes live, you can have certain things happen. It can be the category is always set. It can be whether the video is public or unlisted or private. In fact, mine is set to private. And whenever I go live, I always have to remember, that's one of the last things I have to do is make it public. You can also add in a description as a default. So every single video you ever publish has a default description. You also can add default tags. And so I have a default description so that when I'm setting up this live stream, I just add one sentence that describes the video. And all of my other links are there, how to follow me on Twitter. If you want to get this webcam that I'm using, which is the Logitech C920, you just go to ileanesmith.com/C920 or my little lavalier microphone. Okay, so, or if you want to become a patron over on Patreon, which is patreon.com/Ileane. All right, I got a bunch of great questions. Oh, Larry, I love Larry. That's why he's a moderator. He's giving exact instructions on how to get to the upload defaults. You go to Creator Studio, you go to channel, you go to upload defaults, and then you just fill everything in. And Blogging said, whoop, thank you. I set up the public, private, and such, but not the descriptions. Yep. Now, the Godly Psychic, oh, that was Mayanna that said that. And Slime Squad, are you using Switch Era Go apps? Oh, Switcher Go app, not right now. Right now, I'm live on desktop. Oh, Katie had to go away, and she's back now. All right, good. And earlier, Mystic Low took a guess at how old I am, and he said that I was 39. So right now, even though no slight against anyone else, I'm sorry, it's Maverick Logue. No slight against anyone else who's watching this live or in the replay. Right now, Maverick Logue is my favorite person on YouTube because he thinks I'm 39. Either that or he is super smart. Higher, Maverick Logue. I told you I would tell you if it was higher or lower. It's higher than 39, and it's a lot higher. Okay, so let's get back. And guys, everybody who's here knows that I normally screen share the chat frequently, but because I've been having problems, I'm going to limit the number of screen shares that I do today. So sorry about that. I apologize. So anyway, Facebook Live without the use of BeLive seems to go out of sync between video and audio when I edit it by adding an intro and outro. Have you noticed out of sync with BeLive? Thank you. Okay. If your goal, okay, Godly Psychic, I want to take a step back with that question because this is a great question because we are talking about a live. This is a live streaming Q&A. So let's strip away everything, all the tools, and get to what your goal is. You want to have a live video, but you also want to have an intro and an outro as part of your edited version of your video. Couple different things. I would say, don't do it that way. I would say, have your intro and your outro as part of your live video. Don't worry about editing it after the fact. Now, the tool that I'm going to refer you to, you can't use if you want to do interviews on BeLive, or if you want to do interviews on your Facebook Live, I should say. And that would be Ecamm Live. And once again, IleaneSmith.com/Ecamm. And that's ECAMM. It allows you to bring in that clip and play that clip at the beginning of your Facebook Live. And then you don't have to worry about the editing. Now, the other piece is, let's just say you want to do interviews, in which case you can't, the Ecamm doesn't work because you can't do an interview with Ecamm. It's just for a solo broadcaster. So let's just say you're just, doing the Facebook Live, and then you want to download that and then add an intro and an outro and then re-upload it. Well, you're kind of losing what you gained from going live on Facebook, because any interactions and any engagements you had on that original live video are now lost on that when you re-upload it. So I would say try to go live somewhere else. Maybe you want to go live on YouTube and then add that intro and outro and upload it to Facebook. And that may solve your syncing issues. I can't say that I ever had a syncing issue with BeLive. However, I notice a syncing issue right now, just a little bit. And it could be because I have Reflector open. So as a fact, I'm going to close Reflector right now. I don't need it. I'm done with showing you, but I wanted to show you on the phone. Okay, so I hope that helps. But I would need to know much more about how you're doing things and all that. But I wouldn't. The Facebook Live has syncing issues when you download it and try to do something else with it. They don't really want you to do that. They want you to keep it on Facebook. That's just my opinion. Okay. And Katie says that she'll be 34 in less than a month. Well, happy birthday, Katie. Everybody say happy birthday to Katie. And that's Katie Frys. Fries. Ecamm Live. Oh, thank you. Oh, is that it? It's Ecamm Live. Thanks. Thanks, Larry. It's IleaneSmith.com/Ecamm Live. I thought it was just Ecamm. I got to fix that. Okay, so let's go on to another question or feedback. This is a great one from my buddy. Oh, hey, Blazes. How are you? The king of Blazes is here. Happy day, the angels danced. All right. This was a little bit of a conversation between myself and my friend, Alfredo Tickle. Now, Alfredo live streams his church services every Sunday. And he's been doing this live streaming thing over here on YouTube for a very long time. I think he's also integrated Facebook with it now as well. So on my last social media update, which was in July, he left a video. Okay, because in that social media update, I mentioned the fact that the YouTube editor was going away. And so Alfredo came over and said that our friend Patricia A. Murray had posted a video, a link to an article about 7 video editors to look into. And he thought that it was sad that the YouTube editor was going away. And so we kind of went back and forth, and I said, where did she post the link? And so I found it. It was in our work and focus group over on Facebook. And on that list of video editors that Patricia posted, and this wasn't her own article, this was an article that she found on the web. All the, I would say out of the 7, only one was a free tool. All the rest of them were pricey, and they were very pricey. There are not any tools that I ever used because they were so pricey. So I asked Alfredo, had he ever heard or had he ever tried Screencast-o-matic? Now, Screencast-o-matic, in my opinion, is one of the best affordable video editors out there. And also you can use it for screen recording and making tutorials. And it's only $15. And it has, you can add transitions, you can trim, you can cut out parts in the middle, you can add your text overlays, you can blur out things. I mean, Screencast-o-matic is really an amazing tool. And I started using it when I first started broadcasting here on YouTube in 2009. I wasn't coming on cam. I was afraid. I was shy. So I basically only did screencasting, and that's what I found. I found Screencast-o-matic, and I use that, and I've been using it ever since. I also use ScreenFlow, but Screencast-o-matic is so much cheaper and so much easier to learn how to use. ScreenFlow is a little bit of a challenge. So, and thank you so much, Larry, for the banning and so forth. And Katie is feeling all the birthday love over there. And okay. And so, yes, blogging, I was shy. I wasn't shy of the camera. I was shy of the internet. I just thought that, somebody was going to see me, and the next thing I know, they would be at my front door, I don't know, doing something crazy to me or throwing a pie in my face. I don't know. Okay. Somebody had to go. Oh, Gail had to go. Bye, Gail. Thanks for coming, my dear. And so, yeah, Screencast-o-matic. If you've never done any screencasting before, or if you don't have a video editing tool and you're at all disappointed about YouTube getting rid of that video editor, then you definitely want to check out Screencast-o-matic. And it works on Mac and on PC. So it's the bomb. All right. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Larry, for taking care of that. All right. All right. So the next comment that I want to refer back to is a young lady who I'd never met before. So she hasn't been on these live streams with us. Hi, Donald Brandt. Great to see you. She hasn't been in the audience on these live streams, but evidently she's been a subscriber. So she said some very nice things about my video, which was about the Facebook Live audio. And she said that her client she was going to introduce it to her client because she has a client who's very shy. And so I said, let me know how you guys make out. And she says, I sure will. I've given them both options, live streaming and your video on live streaming audio only. So if she does the latter, I'll let you know. And she says, my site is one of the best resources available. Thanks again. So by the way, if you want your live streaming tips, you can get them all in one place because I have a playlist on YouTube, but I also have some additional information over on ileanesmith.com/live. Now that's not a pretty link. That's a direct link. So that one, I used to embed live videos over there, but I don't have comments on that blog anyway. So what I like for folks to do, if they want to talk to me, if they have questions, I like for them to use my SpeakPipe page. And that's ileanesmith.com/contact. And you can call in. And I see Yankees is here. Hey, Yankees. And ask questions. And I get voicemails all the time from folks asking me questions. Sometimes they're a little on the private side, and that's why I don't get a chance to play them. But if you're thinking about using audio, I highly recommend to come over to anchor.fm, and you can also ask questions from me over there. My account over there is Ileane, Ileane. So yesterday I was really pleased to make it to the top 20 over there on Anchor. And I think that's a combination of factors. And one of them being the fact that it's the weekend and not that many people are around on the weekend. So a lot of folks that don't normally make it in the top 20 were in the top 20. So I was happy that I was one of them. And so was my friend Simon, whose handle over there is Simon Says. He's a wonderful fellow who talks about mental health issues over there. So the chat room is going really quickly. So I'm going to chance it, and I am going to share the chat. Let's see if I can get a little screen sharing going this time, because you guys have been so good and so patient. Here we go. All right. So everybody remember, Yankees say he has no volume though. Then you need to refresh, Yankees, because everybody else has been hearing me. Audio 5 for 5 here. Thanks. Okay. So guys, don't forget to go over to those 3 dots. And especially like somebody like Larry Snow, you absolutely want to go to his channel and subscribe. But you guys need to go to all of each other's channel. And we do have a couple of new folks here today. Like, for example, a Godly Psychic. And I bet you her channel is super fun. And Donald Brandt, who hasn't been on the live streams in a while, you guys could check Donald out. I know he's an avid live streamer. And Blazes, I'm pretty sure he does gaming videos, but he's a cool guy. So check him out. And then somebody named BB, I missed you earlier, BB. If you're still here, I apologize for that. And a strong, independent Black woman. Thank you so very much. You could pick all that up just from knowing that I'm older than 39. And the Slime Squad. Oh, slime videos. I watched some slime videos from Jazzy, and oh my gosh, those things had me like on the edge of my seat. Like, I can't believe that you can like make slime with borax and stuff. So it's flavor of the month, along with fidget spinners, but still fun channel to have, I'm sure. And 7 awesome teens. I bet they have a fun channel as well. So, and Barb T. Okay. Let's see what else is coming. All right. All right. You refreshed and you can hear me now. Yay. Yankee. All right. Let's see if I have any more. Okay, guys. This one was kind of long, but I want to still go over it. Okay. A young YouTuber. I'll say she's a young YouTuber, meaning I don't know how old she is. I just know she's young to YouTube. And she went to my video about how to edit a YouTube video. Now that video has thousands and thousands of views and hundreds of comments. So she says, I've been reading the comments and your responses are extremely helpful to all who inquire. I'm about 6 months in as a YouTuber and would like your help on something, please. Can you explain to me how I can get my views up? What a loaded question. Good thing for her, I have an entire YouTube playlist called YouTube Tips and Tutorials. So I did, but what I did was I actually went over to her channel. And this may be something that you guys, well, not most of you guys that are here, because you guys that are here are already all pretty, you've been around and you know some of the tips, okay? But what I couldn't understand about Patrice on Purpose's channel was what her channel was about. I went over there and I saw just videos. To me, she had very nice thumbnails and they looked engaging and like you wanted to click on them, but I still didn't know what her channel was about. So I just simply asked her, what is your channel about? See, I'm straight and to the point, aren't I? And then I said, are you a vlogger? Okay, now I printed this out and I just want to show you her response. I'm not going to read it because it's too long, but I just want to show you. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Once the YouTube editor goes away, will you delete videos you've done about how to use it? Okay, I'm coming back to your question, Andrew. Good one. Very good one. So when I asked Patrice what her channel was about, and I asked her if she was a vlogger, this is how long her answer was. This is all of her describing her channel. Let me do that one more time. All of this describes her channel. Well, first of all, y'all know I'm a visual person, right? That was a lot of reading. I was thinking, wow, that looked like that's the start of an ebook. No, and I'm not laughing at Patrice, guys. You just got to understand that when you have a YouTube channel, you got to be able to boil down what is your channel about quickly. And if your channel is about way too many things, that's probably the reason you're not getting that many views. That's probably the reason. I never actually watched any of her videos because, of course, your content has to be good too, right? You got to have good content. If you don't have good content, forget thumbnails, forget titles and all that. Because if you can have the bomb thumbnail and a fantastic title and use all the TubeBuddy keywords in the world, but if your content sucks, you're just not going to get a lot of views. Because first of all, YouTube's not going to push your channel and promote your channel out there. So people aren't going to be able to find you, right? is what you see said in the comments on her channel anywhere. In the comments on my channel, it's in the comments on the video called How to Edit a YouTube Video. Oh, Andrew says, want to see how not to do a YouTube channel? Check out mine. No, Andrew, that's not true. I do know what your channel is about. You like to test and put different apps through their paces, and specifically on the device that you use, which I believe, I'm going to say it's a Chromebook, but don't hold me to that. I know it's not the device I use, right? So especially if it's an app that's related to live streaming or screencasting. So I can describe what Andrew's channel is about. Am I right? So anyway, I'll read you just a little bit about, I would just see, he said, yep, see, three letters and an exclamation point. I'll just read you a little bit about, and I'm just going to pick a random sentence. We have also produced an episode of working in the film and television industry as actors and stunt performers. We keep our channel where anyone and everyone can watch and get something out of it. That's a problem. You know, and I feel so bad saying this, and I'm not picking on Patrice. I swear I'm not. That sounds like me when I first started blogging and they told me you have to have a niche. And I was like, no, everybody's going to want to watch my stuff and read my blog. And it took me about 2 years before I realized, oh, that's what a niche is. Oh, now I get it. The cutest kitten in the universe. Hello, kitty. Okay, so I think life is an adventure, so all aspects of life fit my channel. Yes, but we're talking different topics. You know, she wants to do a family blog. She wants to talk about film and being an actor. And, you know, I couldn't even respond to her, but I thought that this would be a good example to talk about today. And, you know, for you guys who are still here, you guys who are still here are in the thick of it. I didn't bring it up in the very beginning. You know what I mean? I didn't make that the key focus of this video. So this is only because most folks aren't going to get this far along in the video. But you guys know that you need to have a focus for your channel. Of course, you can stray off every now and then and bring in a little something different. But having a family channel and a daily vlog and talking about film and being an actor, that just doesn't go together. Unfortunately, that's just how this whole content marketing thing works. It's not my rules. I'm a player in the game. And sometimes I don't even play all that well. So now I'm going to go back to Andrew's question because I think this was a good one. Once the YouTube editor goes away, will you delete videos you've done about how to use it? The good thing is, Andrew, I think I only have one video that talks about the editor because I think a lot of people are confused about the difference between the editor and the enhancement tools. The enhancement tool is the one that everybody uses. You want to trim off the beginning of your video. You want to trim off the end. You want to cut out a piece in the middle. That's the tutorial that I have that is like my #1 video on YouTube right now that has thousands and thousands of views. That's not going away. That's the enhancements tools. The editor is basically where you can take a video and add another video and combine them together. Or there is some Creative Commons videos out there on YouTube. You can add that and you can make a slideshow out of a video. That's what the YouTube editor is. And I actually have never done a video that just focused on that. I may have taken a glance at that specific aspect of the enhancement tools because in my head, they were all the same, but they're clearly not. And actually, when you go into your back end, there is a distinction there between the enhancement tools, which looks like a magic wand because, you know, I'm the wizard of YouTube. And there's a difference between the icons. And I don't even know what the editor icon looks like. Let me see if I can move no, I can't see it right now because with this live video, you don't have it. You only have the little pencil. Oh, hey, Shirley. Thank you for my show. Oh, thank you. Agree. And so glad she's explaining. Okay, true. There is a lot of confusion between the two. Yep. And Yankees said, I am pipe dreaming when I think I can produce different content on different days, but stay consistent. Oh, am I pipe dreaming? Different. No, you're not pipe dreaming, because even though you're producing different content, it's around the theme of the outdoor adventures. Outdoor adventures to me is a pretty narrow topic. It's narrow enough. Okay? Because, if you want to be a little bit more specific, you could say, as like in your description of your channel, not change your name or anything like that. You could say hiking, camping, or whatever, as opposed to what other kind of outdoor adventures it would be, like as opposed to rock climbing adventures, or parachuting, because that's also an outdoor adventure too, right? Or parasailing. Those are other outdoors adventures, but you may want, but I think it's very obvious from your profile pic, Yankee, because Yankee, you're out in the woods, you have a hat on that, you know what I mean? So you're not parasailing. You're not on the water, and you're not bungee jumping, right? I pull a once a week series on my wife's kittens. I've been doing a once a week series, meeting my community, quite different than my other, but everybody in your community is doing outdoor adventures. So it's still, but the thing about the kittens, I'm not sure. I've never watched any of your kitten videos. You tell me, are your kitten videos performing? Do you get less views on those kitten videos, or you might get more views because kitten videos are popular? So that may be in your favor. I don't know. I don't think you need to change anything on your channel, Yankees. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You just got to keep having more and more and more videos, and making sure that those keywords are in the video. The keywords that people are searching for, not the keywords that technically describe exactly what it is you're doing. You do a little bit of research to find out, and I showed how to use that tool, Answer the Public. Okay, so let's say you're talking about walking along the trail in the woods. I don't know if people are searching for walking along a trail in the woods. They might be searching for how to go hiking outdoors. I don't know. I'm just making up topics, right? Because y'all know I don't do any of that stuff. So you have to make sure your titles, they're appropriate for what you're showing in your video, but they're also the title of the words that people are searching for. Because believe me, it's always different from what we think it is. Am I right? Can I get an amen from Larry over there? What we think people are searching for, because you think they're like yourself, like they will probably search for the same thing I would search for, right? No, it's never that way. I don't know. It's like we have a language barrier or something in this country. And it could be a lot too, because you have people from different nationalities are searching, and they may have English as a second language, or maybe they can piece together what you're talking about in your video. So when it's translated into something else. There's all those things, those factors. That's why you have to use a tool like TubeBuddy. And you can do all that keyword research right inside of TubeBuddy, IleaneSmith.com/TubeBuddy. Okay. Whew. I got some amens over there. Okay. Yankee said he loves my advice, especially when it sides with him. And then Shirley saying amen. Larry saying amen. Andrew saying, do you think Facebook will start paying for videos posting? I have better numbers on Facebook than YouTube. Paying for videos? You mean paying you, Shirley? Yes. Well, Facebook is about to open up a whole program where they're going to be paying certain creators. Now, nobody knows what that criteria is going to be. Of course, they have some programming already lined up and already in the works. I don't know how long it would take to trickle down to folks like us. I'm not going to hold my breath. And see, this is another thing. People are going to be a little bit more resistant to ads on videos on Facebook than they are on YouTube. That's the way I feel. I mean, like prior to me having YouTube Red, right? I would see an ad on YouTube, but I always saw ads on YouTube. You know, maybe they changed around sometimes they have the 5-second ones where you can say, oh, stop watching that ad and let me watch the video. But you might have been annoyed by it, but you knew that when you came over to YouTube, you were going to see an ad. All right. Of course, I have YouTube Red and I highly recommend that program. I wish they would give me an affiliate link for that. Because let me tell you, honey, YouTube Red is the bomb. Okay. That's if you want to invest in YouTube because it helps you do your research because you don't ever have to watch anybody's ads. Anyway, but people are not used to seeing ads over on Facebook before they see a video. I'm not talking about all the other ads, but when you're watching a video, especially live video, right? Do you want an ad to come in the middle of that? I just think that's kind of goofy. Even right now on YouTube, let's just say right now, I was to say, let's pause for a station break. And all of a sudden y'all see an ad for this fingernail polish that I can't show y'all the label, right? That would be kind of bizarre. So all that remains to be seen, but that's a great question, Shirley. And I don't like to make predictions because a lot of times the stuff that I think is going to happen doesn't happen. And the stuff that I want to happen doesn't happen. How about that? Okay. If I see an ad on a Facebook video, I stop watching the video. Okay, so Larry has seen ads. In YouTube, I open up another video. So you don't have YouTube Red, Larry? A lot of Facebook users will hate the ads. WW3, World War III. In fact, want to buy a bridge in Brooklyn? Contact me. You guys are something else. Okay, and I didn't see you, XX, Lord XX1 Gaming, and creative name. I didn't see you earlier, but hi, how are you? It's so amazing to me that I have so many gamers that love to come to this channel, probably because I talk about live streaming a lot. And so I welcome you guys because it's so fun to have that mix of the demographic where we have these younger generation here. And so I'm honored. I am very honored that you guys would come and pay attention to this little old lady. Well, I'm not little, but you know what I mean, the old lady. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I want to give, it's time for a commercial. I want to give a plug for my friend's book. And this book is great for people who have questions about YouTube specifically. And you'll see that I even have my little stickies and all that. So, bam. The Tube Ritual book from Brian G. Johnson. Oh, I got to put it on this side so I won't be. Tube Ritual from Brian G. Johnson. I've already learned a lot from this book. I mean, I actually have the book. First of all, I actually have the book, okay? I'm not talking about the Kindle or the Audible version. So for those of you who want to get started with YouTube and all that, and this book feels so nice, but he does have the Kindle version out now. I don't know if he's going to come out with an Audible version, but love this book. I've been, put my little stickies in there to come back to read certain things. Brian is just an amazing guy, very, very dedicated, talking about having a niche, extremely dedicated to the YouTube community and helping creators grow their channels and their presence. And how did I get Facebook friends that make short live videos to compile them into vlogs on YouTube? How do I get that make short live videos to compile them into vlogs on YouTube? How do you get them to do that? Katie says she read the book too. It's amazing. How about a contest, Katie? How about if you're trying to get your friends, so they're your friends, so they already have that know, like, and trust factor, right? But maybe they're just a little lazy, or maybe they're just You know, some people are Facebook people and they don't have nothing to do with YouTube, right? So you're trying to coax them to get over on YouTube, right? So how about do a little contest? Throw a little something together. Now, I don't know if these are your friends that are close to you physically. I mean, you might want to, you know, cook them a dinner or something like that, or having an Amazon gift card or something generic like that that would appeal to, and you just make sure you only limit it to those friends. Because if you put something out there like that, it may draw in other people, and you're like, I don't care about those people. I don't even want them to enter the contest, right? So oh, no link for the, oh yeah. My link for the Brian G. Johnson book is IleaneSmith.com/tube ritual. I pray that's the link. Most are personal friends, and you could cook them a dinner or, you know, do something for them that you know that they need done, like free car wash for a week or something. I mean, for a month or something like that. That may be a way to encourage them to do it, because you know different people are motivated by different things. You know, you may come up with a list of things that you could do for them, right? Brian G is awesome. Yes. And okay, let's see. Nope, that link doesn't work. Okay, then I don't have a link for it. Just go over to Amazon and look for Tube Ritual. Darn it, I should have had a link. I didn't plan ahead on that one, guys. That's all right. I'll have a link in the description to this video. That's for sure. Okay, and definitely check out his channel, Brian G. Johnson. And on Twitter, he's Brian G. Johnson TV on Twitter. Tell them if they don't, you'll unfriend them. Andrew, Andrew is so knowledgeable in the ways of Facebook. Psych. I was surprised when I found out that Andrew had a Facebook profile. But see, Facebook they're so sleuthy. They sent him to me one day. They were like, do you want to be friends with Andrew? It was so funny. This guy the other day, I can't recall his name, and that's okay. It's not about that. You know, every now and then, Facebook will recommend people for me to friend. And every now and then I'll take the bait. And I'll just say, okay, me and this person have 162 friends in common. Okay, all right, I'll send them a friend request, especially if I vaguely even have seen them around or whatever. So this guy comes back and says, I'm curious, what made you interested in sending me a friend request? And I told him, I said, Facebook. What he said, I don't know. I guess that's just something he does with everybody who sends him a friend request. Hello, Facebook told me to friend you. Duh. But maybe he thought he did something wonderful. I don't know. 90% equal former classmates, teachers, family that's moved away, etc. Okay, family that moved away. Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to get them that gift. So, like I said, give them some kind of incentive. But why do you want to do that, Katie? Maybe I should ask that question. Why do you want them to put their vlog if they're already doing it on Facebook? Oh, Katie has subscribed to Andrew Hatchett. That's because she clicked those 3 little dots over there and went to his channel. But why do you want them, if they're already putting them on Facebook, why do you want them to put them on YouTube? Is there a bigger goal here that, oh, and Larry said that's his question too. Why? All right, I'm going to try screen share again. If I'm can't come back from the screen share, just hold on to this memory of how I look. Okay, so yes, Larry wants to know why as well. I had to take a drink. And also crossing fingers, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So no, I'm not even logged in, so I can't even check that URL anyway for that book. That's okay. I'll get it. All right, I'm going to push the stop screen share button. Hi, let me come back. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. All right, here's what I'll do. I will read. Why do I have this page? Just going to read just a little something to give you. Oh, this is what we were talking about. So I'm just going to read a paragraph. And in this section, let me tell you, so it's not totally out of context. I believe in this section, he's talking about keywords. Let me get to, identify the right keyword phrase. Identifying the right keyword phrase to target can make or break a channel, regardless of how good the content might be. Now, that kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier, that you can have these good titles and thumbnails, but if the content isn't good, forget it, right? But this is saying the opposite way. You can have really great content, but if you don't have those good titles and those keywords and phrases that people are searching for, then nobody's going to see your video. Sorry, that's just, like I said, not my rules, not Brian's rules, YouTube's rules. Many YouTube creators fail to identify and implement the actual keyword phrases that people are searching for. As a result, they never see their rankings and views grow. Some creators simply don't understand or realize the importance of using keywords to drive views and give little thought to the titles and descriptions of their videos. Wow. But I told y'all that already, didn't I? But he says it so eloquently. All right, so I'm just going to skip ahead. And this is keyword phrase prominence. Another thing that YouTube looks at when it comes to relevancy is at what point does the keyword query show in the video title? A video title that features the phrase at the beginning of the video rather than at the end would be more relevant. And you know what? I didn't reread this, but I had it already in my mind because that's where the yellow sticky was, right there on the keyword prominence part. Because when I first started this video, I started to just call it Q&A for August 2017. I literally had that typed in there. And as I was checking and making sure that it was taken off of private and that I had my sheet already opened up on Google Drive to capture all you guys' comments from the chat. I was doing all that and I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing something. Live streaming. Because this is part of Learn to Live Stream with Miss Ileane, right? So I put that live streaming up at the front of the title. Didn't I? Think I did. I put that at the front of the title. And it's funny because my friend Michael Stelzner, he likes to refer to it as live video. But in this case, I started the video off talking about live audio on Facebook. So it's definitely live streaming. You know, I don't know why some people, even if, I don't know if you guys remember when we were back on Blab, we could say rest in peace Blab again, because it's been a year since Blab died. They used to hate the words live streaming. They thought that that was it made some kind of connotation like there's no such thing as live streaming. Or I don't even know what their argument was, because I used to like leave those rooms and like that's not my kind of conversation. But I don't know why there's a problem with the words live streaming. But it's fine for me, especially since live stream sort of phonetically rhymes with Ileane. So I go with it, right? Okay, let's see. Many have online businesses already. Okay, Katie is telling us why she wants to do this little thing with her friends. They have online businesses already, and YouTube can help generate more leads or people interested in their expertise. Video is fun and super powerful. Oh, Katie, she's such a giver. She wants to help her friends' businesses. That's what she's trying to do. Excuse me. That's what Katie's trying to do. She's not doing that to amuse herself or entertain herself. She wants to help her friends' businesses get found. Katie, high five, girl. You're awesome. I wasn't even thinking that That is so sweet of you. Interesting. The video and audio are slightly out of sync. Yes, just a little. I don't know why. I would offer them a demonstration and that you can help them increase their business leads. Yes, Larry's a great person to talk to about that, Katie. And Andrew said, link to Brian's book on Amazon. Okay, thanks. Let's see. You can't really post links. So let's see. I will do it. And this is just for folks in the chat anyway. I don't know if it's going to work as a link because I don't have the HTTP. Try it again. Okay, that time it worked as a link because I put the HTTP on it. Thanks so much, Andrew. And your username, the Chocolate Factory Hunter. What about your username? Hi, the Chocolate Factory Hunter. You're hunting for the chocolate factory? But why do you have a T? Oh, T as in the. Earned my degree 8 years back in video. It's my passion. She's very passionate. You modified it. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Well, Andrew, only the moderators' links will hyperlink in the when you post them in the chat. And so Larry and Tish are the only moderators on this channel. So for some reason, YouTube, well, and I guess it made sense that YouTube's decided that, you know, they won't let people post links because you saw what we had earlier. We had a rogue poster earlier, right? So they could have posted any kind of stuff. All right. So guys, all right. So I think we did a pretty good job of going over, you know, some of the new stuff that's going on and with live streaming. Not much else except for like just little different tweaks that are going on with the different platforms. Like I was talking about Ecamm Live, that I really love that tool because they keep constantly updating it. And it was only a one-time fee. I think it was $29. And so one of the latest updates that I really like is that now they are saving a local version of the video onto my computer. I don't have to do an extra step. I don't have to go over to YouTube, to Facebook, and dig through to find the link and download it and all that. They're saving it locally. So that may also help with syncing issues that, that you mentioned, a godly psychic. Definitely check into that Ecamm Live. You know, that may not fit exactly what you're doing now, but I bet you could still make use of it. And for that price, and like I said, they constantly keep upgrading it. I heard some folks talking about this tool called Lightstream. Andrew, that may be one you might want to play around with. I don't think it's Mac only, because it's browser based, so it should work on your Chromebook. Quick question: have you done videos on each of the video enhancement options on YouTube? Okay, let's see. Each of the enhancement options. Well, these are the ones I've done. Off the top of my head, I would have to have the editor open. I mean, the enhancements tool open to make sure. Okay. The answer to your question is no, because one of the things I don't like, and that is the stabilization. And I've seen people use it. And especially when you're on your phone, right? You've got shaky cam, and YouTube enhancements tool has something that's called a stabilizer. I hate when people use it. And I did it one time myself, and I look back at that video and I'm like, that is the weirdest thing ever. It will stabilize you, but then the stuff that's in the background, let's say I was walking, right? So then there would be all kinds of motion. Everything, it kind of like looks like, ooh. It is the weirdest thing ever. So no, I never did a video on that. You also can blur out people's faces, and you can blur out people's, like say if you had sensitive information in there, like a password or email address or credit card number you didn't want anybody to see, you can blur that out. Never done a video tutorial on that because it's kind of self-explanatory. You just, you know, and I actually never do that on my videos either. I do it beforehand. And then you can, the main thing that folks like my videos for is the fact that you can trim off the end, trim off the beginning, the end, and trim off parts inside. And Donald Brandt will remember that when I made the original video, I forgot to tell people to hit the X, but it doesn't matter. People are still watching that video and they're still coming back and telling me you're a lifesaver. You know, you're wonderful. You changed my, one person said the other day that I saved their life. I was like, with a video? Thanks. But then I also did a revamped version of that video and talked about how you can use that enhancements tool just for YouTube Live. But it basically was the same video, the same instructions. And this time I didn't forget to tell people to hit that X to get rid of that piece. Thanks for the book recommendation. I have Kindle Unlimited and it's available to me. I will check this book out to grow my subscribers. Oh, Carla, great. That's wonderful. And Carla, are you in the Facebook group? Because actually Brian G. Johnson has a Facebook group as well. And I'm not, you know what, Carla, I'm not even sure you and I are friends on Facebook. So just look for Ileane.b. Hey, Larry, thank you for the super chat. Smith on Facebook. And just send me a friend request. And then if you want to get into the Facebook group for Brian G. Johnson, I'll just add you to the group. Yeah, and they ask tons and tons of questions over there. Okay, so let's go back to Lightstream. Thank you again, Larry Snow, just because I rock gave me a $10 super chat. Thank you, Larry. And y'all can find him at larrysnow.me. Make sure you subscribe to his channel because he's awesome and he's got some great videos. And one of the tools that he's been encouraging me. Yes, I have a business page. Carla is Basic Blog Tips. Yeah, you can. I've been putting things over there too. That's my business page. Okay, so let me finish what I was saying about Larry. Larry's been encouraging me to use the Viewed It software, which Andrew told me about years ago. You know, it was one of those tests that Andrew was doing. And I didn't realize, though, at the time that they gave you stats. And now they've got this new thing where you can directly upload to YouTube. I just didn't get around to it yet. I've been spending so much time on Anchor. Now, let's talk about Lightstream because I didn't want to not finish what I was going to say about that. Now, for me, the syncing issue, so maybe it's something of my computer. Maybe my computer is getting a little bogged down with all these files I keep downloading. The syncing on Lightstream is tremendous. It's way out of sync. And every time there's a couple of guys that I know that use it, and they're guys that we all know from, you know, Facebook and from Blab. And every time I see them use it, it's out of sync. And I keep asking them, like, did you resolve the syncing issue? And they're like, no, not yet, but they keep using it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. It's a powerful tool if we could get that syncing issue straight, because Go Lightstream does let you have people in there. And that may be one you want to try as well. Psychic, Godly Psychic, because I know they have a free one, but I think you can probably upgrade with that as well. I tried that once and had the syncing problem. I left it alone. See? So Andrew tried it as well too. So it's not like a Mac thing or anything like that. And Andrew does so many different tests of things. And it's like, and then you have to download this software onto your computer. So, and then it gets annoying sometimes because it tells you, you didn't make it the audio source. And I'm like, I know, because I don't want to use you anymore. So I had to figure out how to delete it. And so I got rid of it. It's not that serious. I got plenty of tools, you know, and as long as I can figure out my balance between YouTube Live and when it decides that it doesn't want to let me screen share again, I'll be all right. Okay, guys, I think that we have done a pretty good job of talking about live streaming and with your Q&As. You guys have been asking some fantastic questions here. Let's just make sure that I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. So I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. And probably next weekend, I probably will also go live on this time, probably on Saturday. I will try to go live next Saturday. Look for that because next week is Super Cute Saturday. Oh, and I am going to be interviewed. I'm pretty sure I have an interview scheduled for Wednesday with Owen Himsaf and Nick Nimmin. And I got to get confirmation of that because we talked about it a couple months ago. And you know how things change. But so stay tuned for notification from me about that interview. That should be a really fun time because I love both of those guys. I met Owen at Social Media Marketing World. And of course, you guys know, if you know Nick Nimmin, you know that he's way over on the other side of the planet. So I haven't met him in person yet, but we talk all the time. And because he has a Facebook group as well. So anybody who wants to be in any of these Facebook groups, Nick Nimmin and Brian G. Johnson both have groups. So does Owen Himsaf, and so does Daryl Eves. They all have it. I'm in all those groups, and there's always, great people to answer questions. And all those groups are like, they're pretty much spam free. They don't let people just come over there posting their links and all that stuff. It's really all about, and Katie says she's in all of them too. And Katie knows it. Do you think it's unfair? Oh gosh, who is, and can somebody take care of this person, please? Oh no, I probably can do it myself. Okay, we just do time out on that one because we're going to wrap things up anyway. So guys, have you ever thought about joining the community over on Patreon? Think about it. If you've hung in there with this video so far, you'll probably appreciate some of the stuff I post over there. What I've been doing the last few times is I gave early access to videos, like I did the video for the Answer the Public that Carla had asked me about, like, how do I get those keywords to show up? Well, I did that video and posted it over on the Patreon page first. And then later on, that's why I said, and Carla, I'm working on the video. I was working on it that day when I responded, but you didn't get the answer back with the link until a couple of days later. So you're going to try to do one, Don? Okay, well, on my podcast, you'll see I talk a lot about Patreon and how to set up the page and all of that. And there's a couple other videos that I have over there that I have not released at all yet. And one that comes to mind because it came up on a question over on Anchor is called Apple Clips. Apple Clips is a really cool app. Well, you have to have an iPhone for that. Really neat. And that just reminds me, there's another thing that I forgot to show you guys. And that is this new feature of Anchor where it will transcribe your video and actually play the words going across the screen. And I think I'll be able to show you guys an example of that really quickly because over on Twitter, a few of my friends have been using the hashtag AnchorCast. Hashtag AnchorCast. That just reminds me how much I'm missing Tish from being here. My hashtagologist isn't here today. And my friend Avi, he posted a great example of how it looks. And if I can't find Avi's, I have an example from someone else. Joe posted example. So I'll show you guys how that looks. And it's really a neat little feature. And you can post, when you create this little video, you can just change. You can pick the size that you want the video to be, and which would be like square for Instagram story. I mean, square for Twitter or Facebook, or you can make it a portrait for an Instagram story, or you can make it landscape to also go on Twitter or Facebook as well. And so it will transcribe what you're saying in your Anchor. Let me push play here.
Hey, welcome back to the Self Talk Radio Show.
Okay, I didn't mean to have the volume on, so sorry. But of course you can hear him. He has a very nice voice. This guy, Joe Lemon, he talks about sales over there, but he and I are, calling into each other's stations, and he's a great anchorer or anchor mate. And so, yeah, almost forgot to tell you guys about that. And so it's really neat to post those over on your Instagram stories or on Facebook. And I think I may have posted one I know I posted one on Twitter, but you may also be able to post them on Google Plus. And, it's just another way to get people's attention, because they say that, especially on Facebook, that such a large percentage of folks watch Facebook videos with the volume turned down. Well, they would still see your message if that was the case, if you post it over on Facebook. And thanks for posting the link to my Patreon page. And thinking about it, recently became a patron of video creators and Dotto Tech. Okay, well, thanks, Katie. And I've tried that so many words to correct. Oh, okay, Don. So that I'm glad you said that, because that's my first tip that I would use for using that feature on Anchor. Use it only when you have a short clip. When you have maybe a 35-second clip or a 30-second. Okay, because the way Anchor works, when you make a segment, it could be up to 5 minutes. Well, you don't want to turn that into a video, because that's way too long. Because, of course, it's going to take a while. The algorithm has to take a while to get used to your voice, and you really have to enunciate so that it doesn't think you're saying other things. I know when I first started editing my closed captions here on YouTube, it used to get things so wrong. But after a while, the algorithm began to learn how I speak. And pretty much there's some short videos that I upload that the only thing I ever have to correct, of course, when I say my name, Ileane, they always spell it the other way. And so I know I have to correct that. And for some reason, the way I say on sounds like one. So I always have to correct. No, I shouldn't say always. I don't always have to correct when I say on, just sometimes. But after a while, I think this algorithm that they're using, it's machine learning, right? So I think this algorithm they're using over Anchor will be the same way. So you just keep it short. You don't want to do that on your 5-minute segment. Well, you might, you might, but then, like you said, it's tedious to go in there and correct all the things that it misunderstood what you were saying. So my friend Avi did show that you don't even have to have any text on there if you want. You just have to have one character. So you can use a period or I don't know, an L, anything, right? You just have to have one character, because you can't use emojis. And if you just want somebody to see that waveform, like I told you about, using Facebook Live audio, it's the same concept, but only on the Anchor one is so much more colorful. And it literally really keeps waving across. It's a real wave because, originally used to call anchors waves anyway, because the whole theme of the nautical theme, right? So once again, shout out to Larry Snow. Thank you for being a moderator. Thank you for the super chat. And, guys, think about being a patron over on Patreon. And I appreciate you all for coming out. Don, I want to make sure that you and I are connected on Anchor. So just favorite my station, and then I'll favorite back. So it's ILEANE. Don't forget the A. A lot of people keep forgetting the A. It's ILEANE. I did one of the audio transcripts of my last segment. I did somewhat painful for the editing. Need to speak better. Yeah, or like I said, keep it shorter. Keep it shorter. Just, to maybe you want to introduce yourself. You may want to just want your Facebook friends to know, Hey guys, I started a podcast over on Anchor. If you want to listen, just go to anchor.fm/Larry Snow. I'm not sure if that's your handle. It might be Lawrence. I think it is Lawrence. Okay. So, I mean, just to get it out there, just to get it over there, see if you even get any reaction from it. So many of us that used to be on Blab are really over there now. Thanks for the shout out. Oh, Andrew, you sure? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And so that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the afternoon. I'll probably be over on Anchor, coming off of that exhilaration from being in the top 20. That was really cool. I really like that, seeing myself up there in the top 20. Of course, I took like 5 screenshots and I posted one over on Twitter if you want to see it. And so with that, guys, keep your questions coming. You can ask me questions you can call in and leave a voicemail on my speak pipe, which is ileanesmith.com/contact. That's where you'll find my speak pipe page, or just go to ileanesmith.com and you see a contact link there and you can call in, or you can come over to Anchor. Andrew, I think you would like it over there on Anchor. They got a lot of folks over there that kind of remind me of the kinds of stuff that you like. For example, I'll just give an example of some of the folks that I'm meeting over there. Just one guy who does, his name is Brian, but his handle is Yard Sale Singles. So that's what he does. It goes to yard sales and gets old music. And so he'll talk about his adventures going to the different yard sales, and then he'll play, the different songs of what he found when he went to this estate sale. Or then we have, let me try to think of things that are outside of the whole techie space. Oh, we have the Great Everything, who talks about philosophy, and he'll review different philosophers. And Ruth is saying, congratulations. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth is over there. Ruth, I haven't heard you create a segment yet. So please create a segment over there so I can prop you up or give you some applause and things. And, we can echo each other's segments too, which is like a retweet. Or, I would just say, hey, my friend Ruth is over here. See, Andrew, didn't I tell you? I know this was your kind of stuff, because Andrew said I used to do that in my way younger days, but that's the kind of stuff that I mean, there's just let me just grab the app real quick and just see if I can give you guys an idea of the different types of content that you can find. And this is just what I found organically. This is not like, they don't really suggest things. Oh, and then there's one guy who has a station called Chasing Sound.
What's up, everybody? You are listening to
And Chasing Sound is a guitar player. So he talks about, different guitar solos and music that he's liked. And then we have a guy named Jesse, speaking of guitar, who actually plays guitar. I mean, this is like going to a concert, but only you're getting it free and you're getting to listen to it right here on this app. And then my friend Simon, who I mentioned earlier, Simon says he talks about mental health issues. He has PTSD. So he's an advocate for getting awareness about those mental health issues. And then we have Maria. Maria is a person who talks about wellness and all that kind of stuff. And then we have Motorspit. Oh my gosh, Gary, I ended my podcast. Patricia A. Murray is in the house with a $2 super chat. Hey, Pat, your name got mentioned earlier, so your ears must have been burning. Pat, I was talking about the comment Alfredo left on one of my videos where he mentioned you shared some tools for video editing. So Gary is a racer, a drag racer. I want to say drag racer. I'll just say a motorsport racer. Let me see what his profile says he is. I don't want to give him the wrong description. But Gary talks about racing. Racing drivers news and views, #1 station in motorsport and car talk. And he and I have become fast friends. Like he even said to me one time, I can't believe you echoed my segment on aerodynamics because, oh, okay, that's right, Andrew, you don't have, but you can listen on the web, Andrew. You can listen to people's stations on the web. You just need to know what their handle is. So like you could listen to my podcast from yesterday where I talked about the same topic that was covered by social Saturday's marketing smarties. Roland. Sheesh, I almost couldn't think of his name. But I talked about it in a negative way. So Roland's show yesterday, Saturday morning marketing smarties, was about simulcasting, and he was simulcasting on 4 different platforms. And my podcast episode was about multicasting and why I think most people should not do it. So I just thought that was so funny. I didn't see Roland's thing until this morning. I started watching the replay and I was like, I was just saying that this is probably, not something that you always want to do. But he was just testing to see if he could do it. And he was in 4 different places. So that was interesting. So yeah, you can listen. You can totally do all of your anchor stuff except for the call-ins from the website. So, yep. So, oh, then there's a lot of folks over there talking about cannabis. Just so you know. And coffee. We've got Dave's Coffee Daily. He's talking about that. And, I'm skipping over all the folks that talk about the stuff I always talk about, social media, marketing. There's a bunch of those folks over there too. But then you've got people that just do comedy skits. Oh, of course, Dr. Tachi's over there with her Media Scope, but she also has her co-host of her podcast, which is called TV Channeling, where they review the TV shows that's coming out, and that's Kevin No Malone. And so he's got a really fun station. People like to do a lot of challenges and contests. There's a girl over there, Jennifer, who does a weekly music challenge. So she'll tell everybody, call in with your favorite song that reminds you of summer. And then, which was really fun. And then the next week was call in with your song that has a day of the week. It doesn't have to be in the title, but a day of the week. And so it's really fun because people call in and say, this is the song. This is why they like the song. And then you can play the little clip from the song and all that. Really, really fun app. It's interesting to just have that engagement where you can easily call in and contribute to someone's station and they can play and, give you feedback. Say, since you're giving tips today, I just learned how to connect lavs and other mics to iPhone. You use a tier. Yes, I use that. What do you mean you just learned? You mean to tell me all these years you haven't watched my video where I show how to do that? I feel some type of way. That video is like 3 years old. Come on, Pat. Yes. And if my pocketbook wasn't way over on the other side of the room, I would pull it out. And it's funny. I started to grab my Rode Smart Lav, and then I said, I'm not going to need that. Why would I grab that? But yes, I have that little, if you go over to my gear page, as a matter of fact, this time I'm going to type the link in. IleaneSmith.com/gear. And when you go over there, you'll see that that's one of the featured items on that page. And you'll see, and when I did a Periscope video, that's how long ago that was, a Periscope tutorial, I show you how I use that as one of my gear. Most people just talk into their smartphones. You know that? Well, the point of having that little adapter is when you're using the Smart Lav microphone, you can't hear. So if, depending upon which platform you're on, if there's a, things that you want to hear, you wouldn't be able to hear unless you have that adapter, which then lets you plug in your earbuds as well. So you could listen with your earbuds and have the better audio quality with the lavalier mic. That's the point of that. So it just all depends upon what platform you're on when you're, doing whatever it is you're doing. So yeah, most people will just use the phone without even using the earbuds. And a lot of folks do that on Anchor. But then there's a few audio snobs that, and when I say that with as a term of endearment. Most podcasters are audio snobs, and they want to at least have their ATR 2100, which is what I have here, or their Heidis PR40. And, you can use that little adapter to help connect. You need a couple other little accessories as well. But yeah, thanks, Pat. Thank you and you got any other questions, Pat? Yeah. It's a great little tool to use depending upon your application for it. So guys, I don't see any more questions. Oh, yeah, Andrew was saying that what Roland was doing yesterday was fun. Number one tip for those thinking about doing videos: never, and I mean never, use a built-in microphone. Amen to that. I see folks doing it a lot though, especially on Facebook. Okay, Pat said no, she's good. Yeah, I see, especially on people on Facebook who, they're just so excited that they can go live, and they just use, they don't, they just use the built-in microphone. Or they just feel like audio is not that important, but really it is. Audio is one of the most important things about your video. Lighting, audio, and your connection when you're doing any kind of live streaming. And then your content. But if you're sitting in a dark room and, you don't have good lighting, and you're using this little microphone that's built into your webcam, yeah, you could be dropping gems, but nobody's going to watch. You're going to find that your view count is very, very low because you're not lit and your audio's bad. So it's a turnoff for a lot of people. Most people won't stick around and put up with that. I'm about to buy a cute little Rode mic for my smartphone. It's adorable. Well, I sure hope you plan on using my affiliate link, Miss Pat. Are you talking about the Rode Me mic? If you are talking about that little teeny mic that plugs in, doesn't have like a cord like the Smart Lav, right? If you're talking about that mic, I don't have the mic, so I can't speak firsthand. But I know that Tim Schmoyer had to send that mic back twice because there was something wrong with it. And then I've heard other people whose names I don't remember because I just saw it randomly, that mic didn't work well for. Yeah. So, the good thing is if you're getting it from Amazon, if you have problems with it, you can send it right back. But I think the mic is cuter than it is functional because, like I said, Tim, and he mentioned it in his podcast, and he mentioned it on his video. He's like, oh, this mic I'm having problems with this mic. And I was like, oh, that's that little mic. And then he said it again later on, like 3 or 4 months later. I'm like, that mic is not that great. And then I heard someone else say it, like I said, somebody random out in the wild. And I was like, okay, that's enough for me. I don't need to see 8 people say the mic is not all that great, because you see a lot of people saying it's the cutest mic. They love it. So it works for a lot of people. And I don't know because I haven't. Oh my gosh, Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I really do rock. All right. Thank you so very much, my dear. So yeah, it really is, hit or miss with that. Look, you know what you can do, Pat? Go on YouTube and just type in problems with or reviews of, I think it's called the Rode Go Me or the Rode Me, something like that. And it's just a little mic that just plugs in, but you still have to have your phone near you because, like I said, it doesn't have a cord. It's not a lavalier mic. It just plugs into the phone. It does make your audio quality better, but I just heard too many people having problems with that mic. So just, yeah, check it out on YouTube, and let's make sure it's the same mic too. So I will connect with you over on Facebook, so we make sure we're talking about the same mic. WPTM, sub into your channel. Love the honesty. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm not sure, what does WPTM stand for? We're going to just click on those little three dots and go to the channel, because I think this is your first time here, but thank you for subbing. And live life beyond measure. All right. Okay, so you're new because you don't have that many subscribers, but congratulations on starting a YouTube channel. And I thank you so much for your subscription. And I try to go live every weekend, and pretty much next weekend, it should be on Saturday as opposed to Sunday. So that's as far as I can narrow it down. I can't, because I work. I have a regular job. So, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much. This has been a really fun Q&A. And hopefully by next week, maybe some of these problems with me going back and forth with screen sharing, so I can do a little bit more screen sharing. And I'm going to do one last screen share before I go. And so we can get a little bit more of a shout out acknowledgement for my boy Andrew Hatchett there. So here we go. The $10 from Andrew. And so there's Patricia Murray here, who's Dorm Skywriter here. And she also has a Patricia A. Murray channel. Are you doing an interview tonight, Patricia? And Patricia also did a super chat. And what's the 411? Let's just scroll through the folks that were here. And of course, Larry Snow, he's got that wrench because he's a moderator here. And Carla Jenkins, as always, she talks about project management stuff on her channel. And Donald, I'm not sure what he's focusing on his channel right now, but I know he used to talk a lot about live streaming and do a lot of interviews of business people. And Katie, she's so awesome. And I haven't gone to the Chocolate Factory Hunters, but I will go to his channel as well. Godly Psychic, we can only assume what the Godly Psychic is about. And then 7 Awesome Teens. I definitely want to check out his channel because I like the number 7. And I'm just curious as to what that could be about. And I can't tell from what's on his channel. It just says subscribe and comment. But that's okay. So this is why he's here, so he can, learn how to improve his channel. And so, guys, oh, and then Shirley. Okay, I want to make sure that I am subscribed to Shirley. That's Shirley Hussar, Husar. And let's go to her channel really quickly and subscribe. She's got over 1,000 subscribers, and she's got a Communities Washington Times. And let me subscribe real quick and close that out before it starts making noise. So she's got a trailer video. So she is definitely working on her channel. She's got a beautiful banner up there, and as well as our friend Yankees Outdoors Adventures. Definitely want to give him a shout out too. So Blogate was here, and she left earlier. And the cutest kitty in the universe. How cute is that title? All right, let's see if the screen share lets me come back. It did. Yay. So we know it works at least 6 or 7 times. I think that's okay. So Patricia doesn't have an interview tonight. So I will see you guys over on Facebook probably. And hopefully you guys will get your Anchor channels up and running. Let me know if you have questions about Anchor. We can chat offline or however. Yesterday I did a call with Gail through the Messenger. You could call people like you're calling them on the phone through Messenger. So if you have questions about Anchor, I'm available for, it's 5 o'clock. Well, for the next hour or so, because I'll be going to bed very soon. Always fun working out some bugs. Hope to be on Anchor FM this week. Okay, great, Ruth. Looking forward to it. And everybody, have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so very much for spending your Sunday afternoon with your girl, Miss Ileane. Bye for now.